apramēyō hṛṣīkēśaḥ padmanābhō'maraprabhuḥ viśvakarmā manustvaṣṭā sthaviṣṭhaḥ sthavirō dhruvaḥ.
So the first word over here is apramēyā. Apramēyā means to compare. Normally we compare only things which are similar. We can never compare things which are not similar. So Bhagavan over here is apramēyā. He is the one who can never ever be compared to anything. So he is like that, or he is like this. He is like this person. To whom will we compare the Lord to? Not possible for us to compare him to anything at all. All these namas are so beautiful for us to chant, to remember, to use when we are worshipping the Lord. But sometimes it just goes beyond our head. Okay, Om apramēyāya namaha we say, but we really do not know what it signifies. How to connect with the nama is very difficult for us. Word meaning we know. Apramēyā means he is the one who is incomparable. That we know now. But how can we connect ourselves to that incomparable one? That's where our masters come in, and especially all our musician saints. So beautifully the same thing they've given it to us in kirtan form. So when it comes into the form of a kirtan, when we sing the kirtan, it becomes very, very clear to us, because through the kirtan we can connect to the Lord. If we are, that's called nadopasana. Not going to a concert over there and trying to find out what sari she wore, how much she paid for it, or what is the new jewelry that you brought. So in the concert we are meeting to discuss all these things. That it should not be like that. So nadopasana it should become for all of us, for the one who is singing, the artist, and the audience, we all who are hearing it over there. So if we are little more expressive, it will become nritya upasana, dancing as a medium. In our tradition, everything is divinized. Art forms, anything that we do, cooking. We can turn out every little cooking, every aspect of cooking into a yajna or into a puja. Naivedya will come in there. So everything around us and about us, every day, the days of the week, Guruvara, Somavara, Bhanavara, then the Krishna Paksha, Shukla Paksha, every month has got a name. What does it suggest to us? Now we are in Vaishaka. What does it suggest to me? We should know. So the names also will suggest to us our spiritual path. Starting from Chaitra onwards, we can go around all the 12. So everything, the seasons. So everything in our tradition has been made to only point out to us our path that we have to take in our lives. The right path that we have to take in our lives. So we have nadopasana, we have nrityopasana. Nataka can become an upasana. Anything under the sun can become an upasana for us. So when we and it's easier for us to connect with the Lord when we go through these kirtans or these tunada, nritya, nataka, ityadi. They made it so beautiful for us. For example, there's a very beautiful song by Kirta Devarnama by Purandaradasaru. He says, "E pariya sobago inyava devarali na kaane." What is it? It's all nothing but apramēyāya elaborated for us. So when we go through the song, it becomes very clear to us. The meaning, the suggestion, the significance of the word apramēyā becomes very clear over here. He says, the glory that you have, O Lord, incomparable. I don't find anybody else who has got the glory that you, anybody else who can come up to match you. In what all aspects, he says over there. When it comes, it's a very beautiful song. He says, when it comes to Dorayatana means kingship, lordship. When it comes to kingship and lordship, you are not the ruler of a small kingdom. You are the Lord of Mother Earth. Dorayatanadali node Dharani Devige Ramana. When it comes to wealth, you are none other than the Lord of Lakshmi, Lord of all wealth. So where is the comparison? We are all worried about little territories. We are all worried about our little wealth. Can it ever be matched with what the Lord has got, what He possesses? When it comes to hierarchy, eldest, Hiriyatanadali, He said, you are the very one who created the creator. Bhagavan is supposed to be the creator of Brahma himself, who created everything. So the oldest we can say, in quotes, oldest. Because when we say oldest, we compare him with our age. So elder, hierarchy over that. When it comes to giving knowledge to everybody, Guru Tanadalli Node Jagadadi Guru. You are the universal teacher. You alone speak through all teachers. Pavanatvadi Node Amaraganga Janaka. When it comes to purification, purity, you are none other than the father of Mother Ganga, who purifies the whole earth. All the three worlds she flows through and purifies it. What is her source? It must be even more an embodiment of purity. But it is Bhagavan. Devatvadalli Nodi. When it comes to the gods, you are the Lord of all lords. You are the Lord of even Indra. Indra is the king of the other gods. When it comes to beauty, Lavanyadali Node Lokamohakayu. When it comes to beauty, you are the most charming, incomparable. Like you, I can't find anybody. We have to add the word beautiful plus handsome to him, plus. So charming, so beautiful you are. When it comes to Veeratva and Dhairatva, you are the one who has annihilated all the asuras, the Rakshasas. Can anybody be compared to you? Is what Purandaradasaru says. So all these put together is nothing but apramēyāya namaha. So when we say apramēyāya namaha, āmrapāmēyāya namaha, we have not understood it fully. Not that we have not understood the word meaning, but we are not able to connect with the Lord. But when we go through this beautiful Devarnama, so simple, written in ordinary regional language, we are able to connect with the Lord. The mind is able to connect with the Lord and the right bhava comes to us. That is why so much of Tyagaraja Swami, Rama ni samanam evaru. Is there anybody Rama who can be equal compared to you? He writes in one of his kirtans. So all our art forms, whatever it is, Nada, I already said, Nada Upasana, Nritya Upasana. Gurudev once said, the art of listening to music is meditation. Single line, quote. So profound it is. The art of listening to music. So now we now don't even know how to listen to music. The art of listening to music is itself meditation. So we can make anything into a meditation provided we know how to go about it. Apramēyāya. One who can never ever be compared to anything. Compare him to what? There should be something comparable to him to compare with. There is nothing in all this world, all the worlds, which can be compared to him. Therefore, apramēyāya. Rishikeshaḥ. Rishikeshaḥ can be split up into two types are there. Rishik plus Isha. Isha means Lord. Rishik means sense organs. All our sense organs. Mostly the Jnanendriyas. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin. Which go out into the world to get inputs. And when the reports come in, then through our karmendriyas, we transact. So Jnanendriyas, these are karmendriyas. So Rishika plus Isha means Lord of the sense organs. That is why we have Krishna as Partha Sarathi. Partha Arjuna is the mind, but he doesn't have the 5 horses under his control. The reins of the 5 horses are with Krishna. Why? He is Rishika plus Isha. He is the Lord of the sense organs. The horses over there represent our 5 Jnanendriyas. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. They move in their respective worlds. Eyes move in the world of forms and colors. The ears go into the world of sound. The mouth goes into the world of taste. The nose goes into the world of fragrances, smell. And the skin goes into the world of textures, sensation. So all of them are like horses moving out of us. Go, then they go there, like how they do whatever they have to do, transact, and then at night when we go off to sleep, they will come back to us. So that's why our sense organs are likened to an animal, say horses. All of them are in the reins of all these horses are in the hands of Krishna, not in the hands of Arjuna. Krishna represents the intellect in us. So the sense organs must be guided and controlled by the intellect and not the mind. So very beautiful, illustration out over there for us to understand what is happening within us. Similarly, Gopalaka, Krishna is called as Gopalaka. Palaka means one who looks after, maintains, looks after. Go means cows. So one who is looking after or tending the cows is called as Gopalaka. So is Krishna an ordinary cowherd boy? What is he tending? What is he looking after? He is the Gopalaka within all of us, looking after our 5 sense organs. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. There it was horses, here it is cows. They go out. Like how the cows go out and graze in the morning and then they come back at night. Where do they go and graze? Gochara bhumi, where there is grass. Similarly, our eyes, our sense organs go into their respective worlds. Forms and colors, sound, taste, smell, touch, etc. Go there, graze and come back. Who should be looking after all these cows that are there with us, the 5 of them? Sense organ, Bhagavan should be looking after them. So we must make him the Palaka of the go that is there in us. Then it will be good for us. We will be walking the right path. Our life will become fulfilled. But if we hand it over to Arjuna, the mind, no. In most of us, it is in the hands of Kamsa and Jarasandha and Ravana. So we know what happens to our lives. So therefore, Rishika plus Isha. Another meaning of Rishikesha is Rish plus Kesha. Kesha is hair. Rish means short. Keshava, same meaning over here. One who has got short, very, very curly, beautiful, thick hair. Krishna, it's just a beauty. His beauty enumerated over here. Rishikeshaḥ. Another meaning for Rishikesha is, Rishika is rays. Isha means Lord. Lord of the rays, R-A-Y-S. From where do rays come? It comes from the sun and the moon to us. Very important for us, both of them. The sun gives us heat, it gives us light, and then we know no agriculture, no food is possible without the sun's heat, the sun's light, and the fertility in Mother Earth is because of the sun's rays which penetrate into Mother Earth. Lord of the rays, Bhagavan Surya. Moon's rays. It's the moon at night which comes and fixes up the nutritive value in all the food. Vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, calcium, carb, whatever, protein, etc., etc. Who fixes it up in our food that we are consuming? The food value comes from the rays of the moon. So therefore, Rishika plus Isha, Lord of the rays, which means the sun and the moon. He is the sun for us. He is the moon for us. In the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan, even in the 7th chapter, Bhagavan says, I am the heat and the light. Both in the sun and Shashi, Surya Yoho. Prabhasmi Shashi, Surya Yoho, he said. I am the light. Light means rays over there. In both the sun and the moon. Rishikeshaḥ. Padmanabha. Padma means lotus. Nabi. From the Lord's navel, we are told, a lotus came up, sprang, and on the lotus was the creator, Brahma sitting. So if Brahma represents the creative aspect, not only outside, that he creates things, he created beings, all creative aspects inside us also. I created a poem. No, any art form it can be. I invented this new recipe, creativity there. Who is functioning in us? Brahma Tattva is functioning in us. Creator Brahma we are talking about. So the creator Brahma has got a substratum or a support, solid, on which he is functioning. What is that? That is Padma, the lotus over there. Lotus stands for the truth. Lotus stands for existence. How did it come from? Where did it come? It came from Bhagavan's Nabi, we are told. Earlier, I think when we were doing the Nyasa, I did mention the Nabi or the navel is the creative seed for all of us. So when we were all created, means before we were born, when we were in the mother's womb also, we were connected. Something was happening there. Creation is happening over there, and then we were born. So we can say we were created out there on that birthday. What was the connection? Where was the connection? Or how was the connection? Through the Nabi only. So the Nabi or the navel represents the creative seed or the creative aspect in the Lord and in us also. So when we say Padmanabha, it means he is the very, even for the creator Brahma, he is the creative aspect. Who? Bhagavan Narayana or Vishnu over here. That's the meaning of Padmanabha over here. So for all of us also, whenever we say, I created this piece of art, I created this, I wrote this beautiful poem, or there was a song and I put a raga for it, whatever it is. Creation happening over there. From where does it come? It doesn't come from the head. It does come from the head, but where does it primarily spring forth? It springs forth from our navel. Then slowly it goes up to the, it's a way of saying, goes up to the intellect and then it flows out to us. Even our talking also. Whatever we talk, wherever we talk, whatever be the contents, whether it is Vishnu Sahasranama or we are talking just with our friend over there, she can hear whatever we are talking. Speech is fourfold. From where does it arise? It doesn't arise from the tongue only. Neither it arises from our mind, nor from the intellect. It's a fourfold. See, quickly we just open the mouth and talk. What all is happening in us, we don't even know. It starts from the navel point. So there are fourfold. It is called as Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama and Vaikari. So there is a route for it, a path for it to travel. Where does it travel? From the seed. So whatever we are talking, anything it can be, need not be spiritual content. Anything that we are talking, it springs forth from our navel. Para it is, which we can't see. Even when it comes, it has to come to the thought level. Then the mind recognizes it. Then it gets grossified. And then it comes out of our mouth in the form of whatever the other person can hear. So at the navel level, it is at the technical term is para. It gets created, whatever we want to talk, and then it is Vaikari. Vaikari means it gets expressed in the form of words so that others can hear it. Similarly with everything that happens. So all that the teacher is trying to tell us over here is, Lord is the one who is the seat of all creativity outside and inside. He is the very creator for Brahma also, who created everything. So outside and inside. So for all of us, where is the outside? It has been dramatized. Vishnu is lying down over there and from his navel comes the lotus and on the lotus is Brahma. For all of us, it is inside. Our creative aspect, the Brahma in us is at our navel point. So therefore the strain and the stress will be more at our own navel point when we are at high levels of creativity. Those who are very sensitive can make out a strain, a stress and a fatigue. At what level? At the navel seat. Padmanabha. ऽmrp. Amara means gods. Prabhu we've already seen Lord. So all the gods, all the devatas who are there, whom we are all familiar with. We say they are all gods, lords. Bhagavan is the Lord of all lords. Then not only it means, oh, there is a Svargaloka there is heaven, Indraloka. In Indraloka so many devatas are there. Agni Bhagavan, Varuna Bhagavan, Vayu Bhagavan, etc. Ityadi. And then Indra is there, who is the king of all of them, and Bhagavan is the king of all kings, lord of all lords. That is outside over there. Actually, all the gods are nothing but they are representing for us the cosmic phenomenal forces and powers for us. Outside it is nature. So all the forces in nature, the cosmic phenomenal powers that we are seeing around us and about us, are all deified and given a form and made into a Devata. Who is the one who controls them? Lord controls them all. So whether it is an air twister, a storm, anything, it can be an earthquake, a volcano, they are all phenomenal forces, powers, they are all. We know what it can do to us. Who is the one behind it all? And makes whatever is happening over there. The Lord. Prabhu is the Lord for all of them. Similarly within us also. In us, every limb, every organ is associated with a Devata. They say 33 crore Devatas are there inside a cow. 33 crore Devatas are there inside us. Not that there are small miniature Devatas sitting in us. These are all powers which are associated with our limbs, with our organs. All of them all the powers have been deified and given a name. Who is the one who is making them all collectively work together with a perfect sync? Lord over there. If He is not there, nothing will work in us. He coordinates. He helps the heart, the lungs, the diaphragm coordinate. He helps the mouth, the throat, the food pipe, the stomach, our intestine, everything coordinate. Even if one of them is not functioning properly, we know what will happen. So a beautiful sync, orchestra is going on outside of us in nature, and inside of us also there is an orchestra going on. That is why they say music and dance of life. So there has to be a conductor over there to conduct the orchestra. We know in orchestras, operas, there is a conductor there who conducts it. Here is a conductor in us who conducts the orchestra within us and outside of us. And so beautifully He conducts everything. ऽमरप Prabhu. Vishwakarma. Vishwakarma is supposed to be the divine architect in the heavens. If our architects are, designing so beautifully, anything it can be. It can be a house, it can be an apartment, it can be interior designing, it can be a beautiful piece of jewelry, designer piece, a pattern on a cloth, on a sari, it can be anything. Architect means one who designs. So if all of us are designing and creating such beautiful things, infinite are the number, what can we say about the divine creator who made it possible for all of us to create whatever we are creating? He is the one who is controlling everything. So Vishwakarma means divine architect. That is one meaning. Sitting in the heavens over there, maybe next to Indra Ityadi. But Bhagavan is the divine architect who has created the whole world. Worlds He has created. Things and what variety has been created. What diversity is there. The flora, the fauna, the fishes in it can be any. Those who have aquarium will know. What colors, what forms, and what color combinations. In spring and in autumn, flowers. Sometimes one flower can have one color. Sometimes multiple colors are there. And so beautifully they gel with each other. Who created it all? He is called the divine painter. Who sat and painted them all? Shades of green in the same leaf. He is the Vishwakarma. No comparison for him at all. They say no two snowflakes are identical. So no two twins obviously are not identical. No two leaflets are the same. That's the variety he has. Once he creates, he breaks the mold, I believe. And in another mold he puts things. just a way of saying. Vishwakarma. So whenever we see anything beautiful, anything where we say, wow, splendor, adbhuta. Adbhuta is one of the Navarasas. Whom should we think of? Lord over there. Okay, he has created, she has created, but how? Basically, who was the one who sat in the person and made it possible for this beautiful thing to come in front of us? Tejasvi namaham. In the 7th chapter, Bhagavan says, Bhagavad Gita. So we can, interpret it as, I am the beauty in the beautiful. So anything that is beautiful, anything that makes us say, wow, awesome, splendid, beautiful. Who is there behind it? Bhagavan is there behind it. Vishwakarma. Manu is supposed to be the first created. After Brahma, first created. So it just gives us the hierarchy. Bhagavan is identifying himself with everything that is important and which is fundamental for us. Manu, he is the one who gave to the Manavas the Manusmriti, the code of conduct for all of us, the do's and the don'ts. So therefore, since we are all human beings, Manavas, we fall under the category of ones who should be following the code of conduct which has been given to us. Who gave it to us? Manu. Bhagavan is identifying himself with that, with him. So Manu is the first created. Also the word Manu means one who constantly thinks of the higher. So once we are constantly thinking of the higher, anything that comes out of us also will be excellent, beautiful. So one who is always connected with, concentrating on, connected with, thinking of, contemplating on the higher. Bhagavan need not think of anything, but he is at the highest level. So that also is meant by Manu. Manu also means that, I already said, each word has got 100. Mantra. Bhagavan says, I am the very mantras in all the Vedas. Mantras mean, I am the content. So whatever the mantra is revealing to us, their meaning, suggestion, significance, everything I alone am, is what the Lord is saying. By the time we go through all the shlokas, vaguely, at least intellectually, we will come to realize that Lord alone exists. Is there any place or any somewhere where our ego can, any accommodation for our ego? Absolutely nil. So it's only he exists. What about we? We do not exist at the ego level. He alone exists. Even when we exist, he exists. He alone exists. That is when I and mine would have dropped. So Manuhu, Tvashta and sthaviṣṭhaḥ, both of them have got opposite meanings. So Tvashta means one which is gross, which can be made into very, very subtle. Subtle means smaller than the smallest. How small? As small as we can. We know atomic physics became nuclear physics, nuclear became subnuclear. We have landed up with God particle, which we can't even see, but we say it exists. Very, very, very subtle, ati sukshma. So we started from gross, from molecule, we went to atom and then shifted. And then finally we have come to subtlest. So therefore, how to explain or how to describe Bhagavan? He is subtler than the subtlest. Space is very subtle. It's very, very expansive. Anything that is subtle is expansive. Ice is gross. It occupies small space. When we make it little subtler, by changing it from solid form to liquid form, it occupies more space. Expansive it has become. When we heat up the liquid and make it into vapor form, more subtle, it occupies all space. So subtle therefore means more expansive. So when we say Lord is all pervading, it means he is subtler than the subtlest. Sukshmat sukshmataram. That is why very difficult for us to comprehend and apprehend him. Chikkavanivanalla sikkade odi oguvanu. Dasaru writes. Don't think you can catch Krishna and put him into your bag and take him around anywhere. He said, Pogadiralo Ranga in one more Kirtan, Devarna. ಬಾಗಿಲಿಂದ ಆಚೆ ಹೋಗದಿರಲು. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಗೋ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ವೈ? No, don't go outside. There are all these Haridasas. They all got a bag where they take their bhiksha, they will catch you and put you into their bag and then take you away. Very cute little songs over there. And this first one that I said, Chikkavanivan Allah. Don't think Krishna is small, I can tie him up, I can catch him up, I can catch up with him, put him inside my house and lock him up. We can't do it. Sikkade odi hoguvanu. Dasuru says, the more we run after him, the more he seems to move away from us. That is why Yashoda could not tie him up. She wanted to tie him up, brought a rope. See, this has been very beautifully dramatized in the Bhagavad for us. She was very, very upset with this mischievous Krishna. She said, I'm going to tie you down. I am going to tie you down. I has come in. You has come in there. So I is there, you is there. Dvaita has come in already there. And I will tie you and catch you. Means I will control you. He says, okay. And he doesn't run away from her at all. He's standing solid in front of her. She brings a rope, tries to tie him up. The two ends of the rope don't meet. There is a space. How much space? 2 finger space between the two ends. She brings one more rope, ties it, makes it longer. Again tries to tie, can't. 2 finger space difference between the two ends. All the ropes in the house, she can't tie him. She is looking at the length of the rope and looking as if at his waist. He is so thin. How is it that I am not able to tie up my dear darling one? And he is standing there. You wanted to tie me up, tie me. I am not running away from you at all. See, that's the meaning of Chikkavanivana Sikkade Odi. It doesn't mean he has to run literally. He is standing in front of her, but she can't tie. So she is exhausted, fatigued, tried all methods. Means all sadhana we have tried to catch the Lord and put him in our pocket and make him do what we want him to do. Not make him do what he wants to do. That is different. That is our masters. Finally she gives up and she says, please will you allow yourself to be tied up by me? Surrender is there. The moment she surrenders onto him, immediately she is able to tie him up. That's the meaning of that. That little it's so much, there is so much of depth in that small little tiny incident or illustration that comes in the Bhagavad. So Chikkavanivanalla sikkade odi hoguvanu. Not possible for us. What can tie him up? Bhakti alone, surrender alone. Then he becomes Bhaktadina. He will dance to our tune. But then we won't be playing our tune for him to dance. He will be playing his tune and he will be dancing to his own tune through the person, through the devotee. So Tvashta means it is smaller than the smallest. Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. Guru Mahima, that bhajan that we have, smaller than the smallest, minuter than the minutest, subtler than the subtlest. Tvashta, sthaviṣṭhaḥ, opposite of that. Very, very gross. Very, very gross. Heavier than the heaviest. Larger than the largest. See, contradictory qualities can never apply to us, but it can apply to the Lord. If we are thin, we are thin. We can't be at one and the same time. I am thin and I am fat. I am tall and I am short. Not possible for us. I am hungry and I am not hungry. Not possible. For Bhagavan, we can use all these things. That's the beauty of it. So he is larger than the largest, vaster, farther than the farthest. How far can we go? That far you go, he is there. It's like that. All pervading, that's the meaning of all pervading. Heavier than subtle, sukshma, means we feel we're lighter than a feather. Not even feather, lighter than the lightest. He is heavier than the heaviest. That's when Satyabhama decided to weigh him. She thought, I can weigh him and put him in my pocket, keep him in my apartment, my house, so that he doesn't go anywhere else, not even to where Rukmini is. Narada comes over there because she has to be taught a lesson. Bhagavan uses Narada, Devarshi there. So he is ready for the Lord's work. So we know, I'm cutting that incident short. So Krishna is sitting on one tula, on the one pan, and Satyabhama is piling up all her wealth, including the Shamantakamani, we are told, and all the ornaments that are there on her. The scale did not tilt even this much. Why? Heavier than the heaviest. Grosser, sthaviṣṭhaḥ means grosser than the grossest, denser than the densest. How dense can he be? How heavy can Bhagavan be? Well, nothing could weigh him. Then she says, what is this, Narada? Then he says, you think you could weigh him? The one who has got the 14 worlds inside him, who showed it to Yashoda? You think you can weigh him? That's all you thought of the Lord? Then what to do now? Go bring Rukmini. And what did she bring and keep over there? The lightest thing. Tulasi leaf 1, which is so light. If we say, oof, it will go away. So this was not a balancing in our sense of the term at all. It's her bhakti which balanced it out. How to explain what devotion is, how to explain what bhakti is, nobody can explain. It's only we have to experience it all. So therefore these two words come together. Tvashta, sthaviṣṭhaḥ. Sthavirō, dhruvaḥ. Dhruva means firm, changeless. Dhruvatara, pole star, we say it doesn't change. So dhruva means firm, unyielding. It doesn't change. It doesn't move. Sthavirāḥ means, so if this takes care of space, because in space only things can move. Motion is in space. So dhruva means it does not move in space. How long will it not move? Today it has not moved. Will tomorrow it move? Sthavira means most from that time, from time immemorial, which means space and time both taken together, taken care of. Sthavirō, dhruvaḥ means the most ancient, changeless, fundamental principle because of which everything and every being exists. What is that fundamental? Uttama, Dhatur Uttama, we already went through that. Same meaning over here. Sthavirō, dhruvaḥ, the most ancient, the timeless, the firm, the changeless, the permanent is Bhagavan.